Broadcasting from the ECHS studios, welcome to Charter School Radio with your host, Coach Dennis Snyder.
Welcome, and thank you for being with us today. It's always good to have you join Charter School Radio, where great minds discuss ideas. We're not the average minds that discuss events or small minds that discuss people. We discuss ideas. I'm Joe Darrow. I'm your guest host, sitting in for Coach Dennis Snyder, which is away on business today. We are very fortunate to have someone of such caliber here. We have Palma Holland. She is a director for the Heritage K-8 Charter School. We're very fortunate to have her here because she's in demand right now, because after winning, her school won the 5th annual USC School Performance Dashboard. Her school was ranked #1 in the state of California. So we are very pleased to have Palma Holland here. Welcome, Palma.
Thank you. Nice to be here.
Now, our listeners are people that are involved in charter schools. And so, they're envious of you right now because you've received the top ranking of the 5th annual awards. So our question is that what are your secrets? What do you do, Palma? Do you hire PhDs out of Harvard? Do you feed them pizza every day? What's the story? Tell us the inside scoop.
Now you told the whole secret. Nothing left to say. Well, fortunately or unfortunately, and I don't know how, if SC wants to hear this, but I didn't know that SC did a ranking.
Right.
I don't think anybody that we work with understood that SC did a ranking. And
right.
Apparently for the last 5 years they've done this, and then this past year. So they have been looking at us for the last several years.
Sure.
And then this past year they decided to publish the ranking because it's a way to measure yourself, from
Absolutely.
year to year, and it's also, it's great publicity for the school, I'll say that. But, and some of the things that they used as criteria, I think, are really what Escondido Charter High School and Heritage K Charter School have always done. We just do it as a matter of practice, and it's wonderful to have the recognition from SC.
Right.
But I've been used to doing things first as a teacher at Escondido Charter and then as director at Heritage K-8. We've been used to doing what we need to do with the least amount of money that we can do. Honestly, there's, we're always looking for ways to improve pupil learning, which is our #1 goal, and to do it as efficiently as possible.
That's right.
So, when you talk about the kind of people that we have working for us, our staff is very dedicated. And I know that word is overused, but we can't pay our teachers what district teachers pay.
Right, but here's the secret about that, is that you give them autonomy. You allow, am I right? I mean, you give them the authority to lead their classroom. And so isn't that worth something to a teacher?
To a certain extent, teachers have autonomy, to a certain extent. And I think the reason my teachers or our teachers have as much autonomy as they do in their classrooms is because we've set high expectations for the staff, and they have met or exceeded those expectations. And once a teacher is on board like that and has the kind of passion and dedication that our teachers have, I'll give them the world. They just keep doing what they're doing.
That's right.
And I do have several teachers on staff with advanced degrees, but I also have first and second year teachers. Right. And the goal of all of our teachers is to literally be the best teacher and to run the best classroom, not only in my school, but at any school. Right. And in the last 3 or 4 years, I guess the last 3 years, our school has met or exceeded the district standards, and that's something that is a testament to what we can do.
Absolutely.
With really limited funds.
Absolutely, and that's the idea about definable goals. Is you define it, you lay it out there, people understand what they have to achieve, and they achieve them. And you expect them to achieve those goals. But when you hire people, what do you look for? Is there something, a magic formula you're looking for in terms of people?
I don't think there's a magic formula, but
Okay.
you can tell in the interview process, and we do have an extensive interview process,
Sure.
whether or not a teacher is going to, number one, fit in as a team, because we are a team, and also if they're going to really excel. And we really do look for excellence. We look for excellence. And sometimes that isn't, sometimes it isn't achieved. And I think the other thing, one of the things as principal or director is you have to be willing to make changes. And sometimes it's changing up grade levels, and that works. But I think that good people they stand out.
Right.
They do.
So in terms of the interview process, but also in the process of actually controlling their classroom.
Right.
And you hold them accountable. So what happens is that they know what to do. They know what they have to meet. And if they're not meeting that goal, like you said, you can change them up to different grade levels. You can switch them around to different jobs or different functions. So then they meet your standards, you know. And so that seems to be one of the great formulas. But doing it on a shoestring, we do it all the time. I'm a teacher here at Escalon Charter High School, for all listeners, and we're so used to doing it on a shoestring that we don't know any other way to do it. But what is it about you're trying to get the most out of your dollar? What is it about that? Is it a thought process? Is it a discipline? What is it? How do we do that?
And I think it comes from the collaborative effort.
Right.
Over and over again, my teachers say to me that they would rather work at Heritage than any other school in the district. And this is because, obviously they don't make as much money as other teachers in the district. And I think part of it is because we do consider ourselves a team.
Right.
And there is nothing that myself or my assistant director, Veronica Farron, would ask them to do that we wouldn't do ourselves. And both of us, Veronica and I, are available 24/7. My teachers are literally available 24/7. And that doesn't mean that's all we do. But I think we're very accountable to our students, and we're very accountable to our parents, and our parents appreciate that and give us all their support.
Right. And it comes out in other ways, because one thing I've seen about your staff and our staff over here, it's a family, and it's a lot of joking, a lot of kidding around, because we're all in this boat together. And there is no, that's your job or that's somebody else's job. No, I saw one teacher lean over and pick up some garbage, some trash that was on the ground. It's a part of a team effort. We all care about our classrooms. We care about our schools, and we care about our kids. That seems to be one of the magic formulas of this, is you get great people that really care about each other, and you have directors that hold them accountable, and you have an environment where people are working hard and enjoying themselves. Why else would they go someplace else? They want to stay here with us.
Absolutely, they do, and our teachers feel that way. Our custodians feel that way, our front office staff, and we do. We hold each other accountable, and I like your analogy about the family, because not all the personalities mesh together, but we all figure out a way to make it work, and it isn't easy. It really is not easy, and like I said, this ranking that we got from SC was just a great affirmation of that it works. But we're totally a work in progress. And my executive director, Dennis Snyder, is a longtime football coach in the Escondido district. And as proud as he was of what Heritage was able to do, the last thing he said to me was that, it's the start of a school year, and you know what that means? It's a whole new season, which means, I guess, enjoy the 5 minutes, but get back to work.
We're all laughing about that in the studio, because that is typically of Coach, and that is that we had an awards banquet today for my students and their awards, and we cleaned off the deck and saying, start over again. So poor Palma here is that she gets the best award in the state of California, but now she's got to start all over again, because it's in constant improvement. It's constantly making it better. It's constantly innovating. We never stop. What frustrates me so much is that all these other schools have these cute little acronyms and to tell their story. When in reality, the story is good people, passionate people, caring administrators as yourself, and be able to carry through and define your goals, obtain your goals, and do it again next year.
And want to do it. And never being content with what was. Really, not just never being content with what was. And I know I mentioned my parents, but they're a huge part of Heritage. Right. And as any charter school, has that parent involvement. Otherwise, we wouldn't exist. We're schools of choice. Parents are here because they want to be, but they would leave too if they were not getting the education that we promised to give their kids.
Yeah, and that's what you've always laid that out. And we're saying is that there are our customers. So above the charter high school is, of course, education is our business. And you take it to heart over there because the parents are your customers. And if the kids are not achieving the goals that they need, then that's what you got to do. You got to keep the parents and the kids happy and keep them going on the path. My only thought is that what's your feedback with them? What's your feedback with them? What are they telling you? They're not leaving. They have a waiting list, don't they? Don't you?
We do. When, as a matter of fact, our waiting list has grown